Hey, how's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about the newest Blazing Festival, and it is Kaguya Otsutsuki. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you would know that I was actually wilding on Twitter about this unit because this is crazy. Nobody was expecting a Kaguya, well, maybe a Kaguya, because the super impact is, of course, Hagoromo himself, the Sage's 6 pass. So, yeah, it makes sense, but I really didn't think they would drop another Kaguya. Like, we just got Blazing Bash Kaguya only like a month ago. So that's insane to me. We already have another Kaguya, and on top of that, she's really dope. So I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about should you summon for her. I was gonna do a video talking about the leaks, but it's been a little bit rough this morning, so I was gonna go ahead and talk about them, but I'll just do the Kaguya, and that's really just the most important part. Although I just want to point out, look at this raid for the Sage's 6 pass, man. Look at that. You got all the Yasaka beads right there. That's just dope, bro. That looks so dope. I can't wait to jump into this raid. But with that said, should you summon for Kaguya to do the raid? Now, first of all, I personally think that the Hagoromo looks interesting, so there's that to say the least. But as far as the unit itself, man, let's go ahead and just first talk about the banner itself. So this is Kaguya. Yeah, pretty dope for those of you who do not know. Kaguya, man, she's got the best art in the game right now, I have to be honest. So her 5-star art is right there. You already see it with the green. I used it for the thumbnail, but her 6-star art, man, it is to die for. I love it so much. I really want to summon solely for her art. I'm actually kicking myself so hard for summoning for Sage Mode Naruto. I should have listened to you guys. I should have listened to myself. But look at this Kaguya, man. Look at that. Look at this, the infinite Tsukiyomi just moving right there. That looks so good. They're getting so good with the art and Blazing. I don't care what anybody says. That looks amazing. You can just tell they put so much effort into the art for her, and it's definitely Blazing Festival worthy. But okay, enough rambling about that. First of all, let's look at the abilities here first. So what I can do is go ahead and show you the translations over on Twitter, if that'll make it easier for you all. Shout out to the homie Anton over on Twitter. He's always the homie for this. So yeah, first of all, let's go ahead and look at the ability. So she ignores substitution. She boosts attack by 25%. And if an enemy is defeated, so what that pretty much means, it's like with the Tsunade. So every time you take out an enemy, you get an attack boost all the way up to 100. So we're seeing more and more Blazing Festival units with this. Now it doesn't go away though, which is very interesting, and so I personally think that that's what makes her even more broken. All the Blazing Festival units, you only need 2 acquisition stones as well, so you literally only need to pull 3 of her. Okay, that's easier said than done actually, but 3 of her, that's not too hard. You could literally get 2 acquisition stones from the next Ninja Road, put them into her, and she's going to be even more broken. She reduces damage from Wisdom by 30%, which is good because she's a Bravery type. She also has 20% chance to get chakra when attacked, and 35% chance to get a chakra reset on her ult. And then her final ability is very similar to the first Blazing Festival Kaguya in the fact that it increases the multiplier of both Jutsu by 1, which is really good, so it's not just limited to one of the Jutsu. Very good so far. She's obviously a damage dealer, a nuker for the goddess of the rabbit goddess pretty much, and I like the name Forbidden Fruit, man. They did such a good job with this Kaguya. I really like her. So for sync skills, she's not too bad either. Syncs with bravery, nullifies immobilization, that's not too hard. You got Tobi Rama, you got Tsunade, things like that for PvP. Sync with all but mid-range, nullifies chakra recovery ceiling, which shouldn't be that hard. Sync with all but bravery, 30% chance of dodging an attack, which is helpful but not the craziest thing in the world. So her first jutsu, it does have an 80% chance of HP recovery ceiling for 6 turns, which I'm guessing you're gonna need. Gives to self 30% damage boost against Wisdom. Wow, okay, so yeah, there's no chakra reset on her first ability, but you do get chakra back at a 20% rate when being attacked, so that's pretty good. So she's definitely smashing Wisdom typing, which is really good, and she ignores damage reduction. Then 17 times her ultimate hits like a tank, so you already know it's going to be amazing. Bravery damage to all enemies, ignores their damage reduction, again gives you a 30% increased damage similarly from their weak element. Okay, so that's good. So it's pretty much just that, and then deals 19 instead if they are Wisdom type. Wow. Okay, so yeah, this Kaguya is a nuker, man. She's gonna be hitting the Wisdom typing hard, and that's probably gonna be very good for the raid itself. So I can see what they're doing. The Sage of 6 pass is probably gonna have a lot of health, so I can see what they're doing here. But wow, this Kaguya is not bad. So when you take a look at her PvP stats, she's actually quite slow. She's not pilled right there. She does have a max speed of 233 with pills, and her HP is 50k, which is pretty good. Her attack's also pretty high for a mid-range unit, which is good. And her first jutsu is a 4-8, so she is a 4-8. It doesn't look like it does anything. It just has a 75% chance of chakra recovery ceiling, which is good, but a lot of them have protection against that. And then her ultimate also ignores their damage reduction and gives 30%. So it's the same thing as her first jutsu. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So she's not doing anything crazy, but you gotta remember she is a Blazing Festival unit, so that does make sense. But the fact that she has those abilities for her sync skill as well, then yeah, you can maybe take her, but I'm obviously gonna say she's for PvE more. She's just a nuker, man. If she ever gets a limit break, it's over. Kakashi is one thing, but this is going to be an entirely different type of nuker. So alright, that takes care of the abilities. Let's get back to the Blazing Banner. So when it comes to this Kaguya, the one thing that I want to say is first let's look at her jutsu as well. So her first jutsu, I've already seen them. Like I said, I didn't get to make a leak video, but man, this Kaguya, her jutsu are amazing as well. Look at this. Look at this right here. So she just comes up into the sky and she just summons forth all these different like little invisible attacks, which you actually, I think those are the same ones you see in Jump Force, don't get me wrong, but that's pretty dope. I like that a lot. It's different too, we never see it. And then for her ultimate, man, I love this ult. This is crazy. It hits the whole map, which is really good. Look at this, man. It's insane. She just brings the biggest, the fattest of truth-seeking orbs. It covers the whole entire screen. That is insane. It's actually insane how amazing that is. So yeah, if I remember correctly, it does hit the whole map, which is really good, and it can hit everybody. So yeah, this Kaguya, man, is amazing for bravery. Now the thing is, you really don't need bravery nukers too much, but she is amazing. She's probably the best bravery nuker in the game. And now it's time to look at the banner. So I'm not going to necessarily hate on the banner, but they did kind of do a little bit bad when it came to step 4. So you get Hinata, you get Tendo Pain, which is not bad, but they should have thrown Tsunade in on this. I know she's only like 2 months old, but they should have put her on this banner. They just should have. But with that said, you can get Shisui, which isn't a bad unit, but he's kind of fallen off, especially compared to like Tsunade. Tsunade is just an all-around better unit, even though Shisui can nuke. And then you do have the increased rates for her, which is very good. Jubito and Jiraiya are absolutely not necessary. I mean, with the max dupe Jiraiya and the limit break for him, he's not going to be bad, but Jubito is just so old. He's such a good unit, but he's so old. And then at the same time, you do have Shisui, Hinata, and Tendo Pain back again on the 7th step. So I don't think it's a bad selection. A lot of people sleep on Hinata. Tendo Pain's obviously the best one aside from Kaguya that you could get from this banner. And then on top of that, 9 rates and stuff. So yeah, man, I really want this Kaguya. I cannot stress enough. I'm really kicking myself for spending pearls on the Sage Mode Naruto banner, because I did all the way up until like the 6th step on that banner and I didn't get anything. So yeah, I'm a little upset, and at the same time, man, this Kaguya, she's not even like something necessary. I just want her. I really do. She's so dope. They did such a good job. They make me want to give them all my money. So yeah, with that said, that is the Kaguya. So let's go ahead and take a look at the special effects that she should be getting. I think I can go ahead and read this. Like, I'm not Japanese fluent, so I don't know, but I'm guessing it's the same thing as usual. So you can already see right there, it goes from 80% to 100%. Yeah, okay, 4 points. So she gets a 3 times damage boost on her multipliers when it comes to her ults, and she even gets 3 times the stats, it would seem, so just like usual. But her first jutsu does land 100%, which is pretty good, and that's health recovery ceiling, I believe. And then her ultimate, man, that's crazy. So she's gonna be doing 30k, wait, no, not 30k, 57 times, I believe, against wisdom typing, which is insane. So yeah, that's not bad at all. That's really not. 57 times damage, and she's just going to be hitting like a tank, especially with the extra damage she's going to be getting there. She gets 2 times damage, and then it looks like 3 times health. So alright then, man, I'm looking forward to this Kaguya next week on Global. A part of me wants to, you know, pass on her, but it's Kaguya, man. You cannot sleep on her. She's amazing. She's not the best thing in the world, but I'll say this right now. This Kaguya is better than both New Year's units put together, and that's kind of sad. It's weird because they actually made us wait until the Chinese Lunar New Year. Who knew that that was going to be the New Year? But hey, man, this Kaguya is amazing. So if you guys want her, then by all means go ahead. Again, Sage 6 Pass Hagoromo. It just depends on how badly you want him, but yeah, I would take this into consideration. So I hope you all enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.